these issues have at least been, and I know people will disagree with what FERC did, but FERC took a lot of this into consideration as far as the need, and it voted to approve the project. It has since denied petitions for rehearings. Yes. And so what is, I guess my question is, what's the practical takeaway from
well, there's two
making these arguments today?
Let's say that by the brilliant analysis that was given today, our policymakers in Virginia had an epiphany and said, you know, it really doesn't make sense for us to burden our economy with these higher costs when these projects don't do us any good. What could happen? The easy thing in Virginia is to actually follow state and federal law and require a full 401 water quality permit. All they have to do is say, well, the law really tells us we should do this, let's do it. Right now we're taking shortcuts using a contracted process that doesn't protect the water quality of Virginia. In other states where this has happened, pipeline companies have discovered they can't meet these water quality standards. That's why the shortcut's necessary in order for them to be constructed. The other thing is, because FERC finally ruled on the rehearing request, that can now go to courts.
I'm sorry, if I could add, so part of my background's in reinsurance, especially reinsurance claims, and an example of the negligence and incompetence of the Mountain Valley Pipeline is they shipped the pipe from India here. So, you know, that's obviously got to go by ocean. And it's been sitting for a long time out in West Virginia, being exposed to the elements. And there's a lawsuit right now that William Lambert has taken out, questioning the safety of the pipes. And what eventually led to the nuclear energy plants in South Carolina not being completed was because it was deemed they weren't safe. And it would cost too much to make them safe. And that's what I see is in the future for Mountain Valley Pipeline, is when somebody looks at the integrity of those pipes, they're going to determine that they are not safe. And I don't see Mountain Valley having the ability to buy all those pipes again and replace where they are. And that's when the project will probably be abandoned, and that's when we'll end up with stranded assets. So I feel pretty certain that one way or another, the project's not going to be completed, or if it is completed, it's going to be very dangerous and a burden on our economy.
Well, it's interesting, Mr. Cooper, the project manager for the MVP, in this quick take hearing, he testified that one of the reasons they need to get it on the right-of-way as quickly as possible is because sunlight breaks down the coatings on the outside of these pipelines, and they've been exposed to sunlight a long time, and they were concerned that the pipelines wouldn't be up to spec with the actual pipe before they put it in the ground. And that's a concern all over. ACP's been sitting there a long time. This pipeline that was put in January that blew up in June, that was a best-in-class pipeline construction and design. And because of the steep slopes and landslide and so forth, it blew up. So those things should be a consideration of not only the federal agency that's in charge of safety issues, but really our state people too.
Before you all quit, I'd like to